Hi, I'd like to welcome you to Ghostwriter's YouTube channel. And I hope you find that the information that I provide for you is quite beneficial. Now, the subject today will be talking about VPNs, private gaming networks, and your gaming experience. Now, I just need to identify to you that I'm not a super user by any means. I'm just an average plugger trying to get a better gaming experience, and so I also understand how that interacts with my computer itself and the inner workings of that computer. I receive no benefits from these videos, and the products I'm using and suggesting have been arrived at by some fairly lengthy testing, and also that as a result of these testing, took them on board for my purposes and needs. Now, improving your gaming experience by using a VPN or a private gaming network has for me some fairly substantial benefits in terms of improving ping, packet loss and latency. Now we'll talk about VPNs first. ExpressVPN, PureVPN and Hide My Ass VPN and Golden Frog VPN were the VPNs that I trialed, and I selected one of those for my purposes. Now, ExpressVPN, PureVPN and Hide My Ass VPN, they were quite suitable for gaming, for general internet surfing and so on and so forth. The software was pretty reasonable. I found that in some instances using different servers around the world would slow my system down, and not my system so much as my interaction to the internet. When I introduced them to my gaming, found that my gaming performance reduced substantially, and this was quite noticeable. Now, this might differ depending on where you are in relation to the gaming servers and where you are in the world. So, but then I went on to Golden Frog VPN and found that instantaneously that an improvement both in my general internet surfing and my gaming. So I trialled it out with general interneting, watching videos, doing performance tests over the internet, and then I introduced it to my gaming, and I found that it dropped significantly. So with a ping, a variable ping of 260 up or down, quite substantially, going up to 300. When I put Golden Frog online, I found that it dropped down to 230, and it maintained that ping fairly consistent for that particular period. Now it would drop a little bit lower depending on what time of the day. Now I find that my ping can vary a little bit depending on what time of the day it is. So that was pretty reasonable. And just to highlight to you also is that with Golden Frog and the other VPNs, there is a yearly subscription. You pay by the month, but the yearly subscription is the cheapest, and they offer to you a free month with a money back guarantee. So you need to pay up front, depending on the time you want to test drive it, and then if you don't like what you get, you get your money back. So it's basically a request that you'll make. The next thing that I found is that ExpressVPN, PureVPN, and Hide My Ass VPN, their money back was quite good. Golden Frog was a little bit tardy. I had a little bit of a problem with my account, and there was a bit of toing and froing to get a refund for that. But eventually we cleared that up, and I then subscribed to Golden Frog, and I'm quite happy with the use. I'm really impressed with the software and the ease of flicking between servers and the performance of different servers around the world. Now, remembering the distance between your location and the server you're using can affect your performance, but I was quite happy with this performance. Now, then I moved on to the private gaming networks to see how they would affect my gaming performance, and so I did a bit of research and come up with WTFast. Now, initially WTFast's reviews were not all that favourable. There was a little bit of negative stuff around. Anyway, I still gave it a go, and there was two options. You had a subscription level as well as you had a free level. So I chose the free level and found that all I had to do was watch a commercial occasionally, and then we went into the performance. And the performance of that particular gaming net was quite substantial. I went from 260 to 200 instantaneously, and it was steady at that sort of figure, which was really good. So. Now, WTFast has a monthly subscription which you pay by the month, and you need to have make a credit arrangement with them, and they will self-deduct from your account. I've got some clips coming up which will show you the different pings that I've experienced in the game. Now I haven't gone into great lengths to show you these clips, but they'll just give you just a rough idea on how they go. Now the first one is just using the gaming server. This still shows you that the ping is 261, and that can fluctuate. So I wasn't going to sit down and start taking clips of videos with different levels of ping, so I've just chosen a couple that will demonstrate to you the improvements using different tools. There are also other tricks and tips that you can do out there with within the workings of the computer. I found that most of them didn't do much. This particular two lots of software actually did help me greatly. So, and you can see that in this the ping is stable at 261, and the frame rate is 44, and you can see the game is pretty smooth. Now this next clip shows a ping of 202. Now this is with WTFast only, and you're displaying a frame rate of 43 with a packet loss of 0. Now that for me was a fairly substantial loss drop, and it's stable at that sort of figure. It doesn't fluctuate, not like when I was on the gaming server, depending on what time of the day or how many users are on board. I don't know what affects what, but go from 260 to 300 was, and to be able to play the game at this stable ping was really beneficial, and I quite enjoyed the experience. But interestingly, when we move on with the clip, when it becomes when we turn some motion on, you can see that the frame rate is under 50, and the game is still running pretty smooth. That's because I'm taking the video of this. It eats up a bit of frame. So now this next video clip shows a ping of 232, and this is with a VPN only. And accessing the gaming server. Now I'm using a server well away from my country, and you'll notice at 232. Now, if I'm using the server in my particular country, then the ping would be improved. It would probably run around about 215, 220, depending. So as you can see, that the changes from 260 to 200 to 230, with the VPN only was quite interesting, So, and that's why it directed me to coming on board and subscribing to both those software packages, and the support is quite excellent. So if you have any problems, you can get them resolved pretty reasonably. Now, the next clip that you see is utilising the VPN and WTFast both together, and I'm using a local server close to my country, and as you can see that the ping is still fairly low and quite beneficial. So the WTFast and the VPN combined together give you a fairly stable ping performance, and I was quite impressed with that. So, and we're going through some heavy graphic areas as well. There's a bit of fog out there, so and as I said, we take these video clips, and what happens is that the video actually eats up a lot of the frame rate. So the thing basically is that concludes this video, and thanks for watching the Ghost Rider's Hint Tips, and leave some comments, and don't forget to like or subscribe.